You're listening to Polished Woman, only on LA Talk Radio.
Women. Oh my God, this is so nice. This is my favorite song. I love Tasha Cobbs with Nicki Minaj. I'm ready, right? I am ready. So I want to talk about, the experience that I had the past months. If you notice, well, I'm sure you didn't notice anything because I've been like really, I've been really acting good and pretending to be happy and pretending that I'm okay, but I was really not. So there are so many words today that are thrown around without people really thinking about what they mean. For example, someone might say they're OCD because they like things to be in a certain way, not realizing that OCD is something serious and compulsive. Or someone may say that they're depressed about something like missing a movie, not realizing that depression isn't just being sad for a few minutes, but instead something more complex than that. Finally, a lot of people talk about being anxious, but what they really are is nervous. Anxiety is not just feeling nervous. It's a feeling of panic or dread or of helplessness. And I know about anxiety in particular because it's something that I've already recently dealt with, and how I changed my way of living and the things I changed in my lifestyle. I really changed a lot about my lifestyle. I used to take 20 supplements in the morning, max, you know that, in the morning, noontime, and nighttime. And I was depending on, the medications and supplements and, not eating the right food because I thought that by taking all those supplements, I'm good. I get all the nutrients and the vitamins that, I can get. And I just don't eat. I just don't eat the right food. And so that's why today I want to talk about this whole eating the right food, getting the right nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins with the food that you are actually eating and not taking it from any any supplements or medicines that you just buy over the counter. I don't want to say bad things about them, but for me, this is what happened. I was taking stuff that are plant-based and that are not FDA approved, that are just being sold at the grocery, and I thought this, just because it worked with another person, I thought it would work for me, or it worked with my friend, I thought it would work for me. But taking all those things made my my mercury so high that it gave me anxiety. I wasn't depressed, but it gave me an anxiety disorder, and it just triggered me, that it gave me that whole, it really put me down into like darkness and all this cloudiness, and I just wasn't, I know that everything was not right about myself, and I didn't really have any problem. My husband is so loving. I have a good children. I have a good career. I have everything in life. And I have friends, and But then it was just really everything. My lifestyle is just I think it's what made me go downhill. So I'm actually very happy to have this woman on our show, because I was really looking for someone. I said, I need to explain. I need someone to explain to me what are, I want to eat real food now. I want to depend or rely on like real food instead of like taking supplements. And I am happy to introduce to you my guest right now. Hello, Raniah Batayneh.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Raniah. How are you? She is the author of the best-selling book that you guys have to purchase, and I'm showing it right now to them, Raniah. It's the 1-1-1 diet, right? Oh my gosh,
Yes.
Raniah, thank you so much for. I know she lives far away. She doesn't live in LA. So, but I'm so glad that she, she's here right now, and thank you so much. So, can you
Of
tell
course.
me
Thank you for
about?
inviting me.
Yeah, I want you to. Okay, what do you find before we talk about your 111 diet? What do you find is the biggest issue women struggle with?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the biggest issue is that women think that they have to be perfect in order to feel better, look better, achieve their goals, whether it's body composition or even like in life, we are people pleasers. And so we often, put stress on ourselves, which then affects
That's
our
me.
overall health. And like you were talking about, that feeling of anxiety or stress or
Yeah.
OCD and this compulsiveness to be perfect.
Yes.
And that can really get in the way of seeing things, seeing the bigger picture and learning more about what will work for me and not relying on these, other products to fix you, right?
Yes.
You want to figure out what makes me feel good and how can I build a life that's going to positively reinforce the things that I want to achieve.
Yes, that's true. So you created this formula, the 111 diet. So tell me about it. Tell me about it. I'm really excited.
Oh, good. Yeah. So I designed this formula, the 111 formula, and the premise of this is essentially building your snacks and meals using 1 protein, 1 carbohydrate, and 1 fat at every meal and snack. And the benefit of building your meals that way is that it stabilizes your insulin, which is very important to managing your energy and your mood, and also your body's ability to store fat. Insulin is a fat-storing hormone, so you always want to make sure your blood sugar is stable.
Yes.
The protein is there because you need it at every meal. I encourage people to eat protein, whether it's vegan sources or plant-based or animal protein. And then the fat is there, to make you feel good, because a lot of fats are yummy, like peanut butter and avocado.
Yeah.
And that helps to stabilize your mood, and it's good for your heart and your brain. So when you build your meals using 111,
Yes.
you naturally decrease your caloric intake. And what I mean by that is you're not going to have doubles. Like if you were going to have oatmeal with fruit in the morning, those are 2 carbohydrates.
Okay.
So you want to pick the carb that you want. And by doing that, you just naturally reduce your caloric intake. But remember, you can still eat the foods you love and lose weight. You just have to prioritize which food you want within those macronutrients.
Okay. So wait, so you just said that you cannot have an oatmeal in the morning and a fruit because they're both carbohydrates?
Right. So you want to make sure within that
So you only have one.
You want to have a protein, carb, and a fat. Yeah, you don't want, in the formula in the book is based on the concept of 1 of each.
Yeah.
So while fruit is healthy, you could, instead of having just fruit and oatmeal, you could do oatmeal with some cinnamon and walnuts and a latte, and that makes it more balanced protein, carb, and fat.
Oh, that's good. Wait,
Yeah.
then you can actually enjoy a latte and have an almond and and not just stick with
walnuts, cinnamon, and oatmeal. I mean, it's delicious. It just changes the entire composition and taste profile of the meal, and it's balanced, and you get more, but it works in your favor. So you get more than just, fruit, which is good, but you can bring the fruit into the next meal. If you wanted to have fruit for your snack, you can pair that up with Greek yogurt and some peanut butter, or you could do, beef jerky and some dried fruit and maybe a few almonds. I mean, there's so much freedom with the diet that you release yourself of any guilt if you, quote unquote, like fall off or eat something you don't think you should, because we have a lot of these self-imposed limitations, like, oh, well, I know I shouldn't eat bread. I know I shouldn't this. I shouldn't. It's like, well, those things aren't sustainable. Those behaviors or food choices just aren't going to work long term. So you have to become more moderate.
Yeah,
and
because
that's what the book teaches you.
Yeah, because if you for example, you do, what do you call that? Some certain diet, like, what do you call that? Keto, whatever.
Keto. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, and then all of a sudden South Beach, and then all of a sudden you just after doing that for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you're like, okay, you're back to your old ways, right? You just go back.
Of course.
and then
you just go back because it's too difficult. I mean, you have birthday parties and anniversaries and nights out. What are you going to do? Never have birthday cake with your kids or go on a date and enjoy dessert? You have to just loosen up a little bit. And it gives you you release this guilt that you have every time you eat something that you don't think you should be having.
Oh, I love your diet. Actually, I feel like I was just telling my friend because my friend owns a paleo company, and I feel like, oh my God, this is like a paleo because a paleo have a little bit of carbs and then a protein and then some fats. Like they have that whole, like I love it. I love your whole thing. And are there any certain foods that because I talked about my anxiety a while ago. Are there any certain foods that are scientifically calming, like that makes you calm?
Yeah, I mean, foods have different properties, and so you're going to look at a whole food for something like that, whether it's foods that contain B vitamins, it could be whole grains, spinach. These are foods that are really good for your mood, that help to calm you down. Other foods that are really beneficial are eggs and flax seeds and walnuts, things that are going to nourish your brain. You really want to bring those types of food items in the forefront of your diet. So those are like the fats in your snacks, or topping your salad with walnuts, or having that in your Greek yogurt. Make those the majority of your nutrient intake, and then you leave a little room for the extras. And so, as you were saying in your intro, you were taking a lot of supplements. And the way I want people to see supplements is that it supplements your diet. It just adds to it. You can't rely on it and eat a terrible diet or drink too much or smoke. It doesn't work like that. You do want to benefit from what you're doing, but you can't rely on things like that. Our diet is everything. It's everything. It's how we feel, how we look, our interior health, how our arteries are functioning. And definitely mood and anxiety can be improved, enhanced with a healthy diet.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. How about, I want to ask you about this whole avocado toast. It's a Twitter question. Is that really? Oh my God. Like, people are obsessed. They just, when they order, when they go out for lunch, I want an avocado toast. Is that really like beneficial? Like, what do you get out of that? I know that you get good carbs, and then what? You get good fats out of an avocado toast, but is there any protein?
No, so you would say, okay, well, for example, when I work with my clients, yes, avocado toast is great. You need the protein. You could top it with an egg. You can have an egg on the side. You can have a few slices of like nitrate-free turkey bacon. You need to balance it. And I just did an Instagram search with the hashtag avocado toast, and there's over 1 million posts right now. So it's insane how popular it is. But it's good for you. You get the whole grains from the toast, absolutely. You get the healthy fat from the avocado. Don't go overboard. I mean, you can't use half of an avocado on a piece of toast. Maybe 2 or 3 slices, and then top it with protein. And even I love encouraging clients to have some vegetables in the morning. You can make a very small mixed green salad. You create a meal. I mean, if that's what you're having for breakfast, again, with lunch, same thing. I love avocado toast. I mean, you can't go wrong, but it can be lower in protein than other options. But
so trending. For you who avocado toast lovers out there, so you can put an egg on top of it, so you get a certain amount of protein, and you can put chicken or turkey breast.
You can top it with chicken, turkey, smoked salmon. I mean, it's limitless. It's like a sandwich, basically, you know, but usually open faced, right? So you can top it with turkey bacon. You can do, if you have leftover steak. I mean, you can do anything. It's a sandwich, really, but it's so loved in social media. It's beautiful. You can present it well, and it is healthy. But again, you need some protein. Don't rely on the avocado to give you that protein.
Yeah,
it's high in fat, so you have to moderate the amount you eat. I mean, if you look at these images, these pictures are stacked, but a lot of them are for social media, for visual purposes.
Oh my! What is the worst? There's another Twitter question. I'm sorry. What's the worst diet out there?
Well, I think I can't name a name, because even if you were vegan, you could eat junk food all day. You know what I mean? You can have highly imbalanced
I'm so sorry.
diet with tons
You
of
know me,
pasta
I'm very
and
frank.
sugary,
Yeah,
sugary cereal.
I'm very frank. I can't like mention this the name of it, but it's weird that this one restaurant, they're like all vegan, right? They're all vegan,
Yeah.
and I was there when they started. I tell you, the owners and the people who were serving, and I don't know, I felt like, oh my gosh, these people have been here for like years, and I felt like they gained weight. I don't know why.
Oh, really? That's so funny. Oh my goodness.
I don't know why, but I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
yeah, I don't know. And when okay, to tell you the truth, when I go to that place, I felt like I'm so full. I feel like when I'm there, I feel like I'm bloated and stuff. And I don't know, maybe because they put too much sodium with all the vegetables.
Well, you don't really know, but the thing is, like, I encourage clients to choose the eating lifestyle they feel is most appropriate for them, whether they're vegan or vegetarian for animal rights reasons, or their body digests, plant-based proteins better. But what I'm saying is, and you asked me what's the worst diet? The worst diet is a diet that's imbalanced. The worst diet is a diet that's restrictive.
Yes.
I think that's the best way to approach it, because even like vegan diet can be full of sugar and carbohydrates, lacking in protein.
Oh, maybe
and so
that's why maybe they
balance.
gain weight, because it's all carbs,
it's
and then they don't work
possible.
out. Right?
Well, if you don't have the proper protein, so you'd be basing your diet on like plant-based proteins, which are extremely healthy, chickpeas, legumes. You'd have the healthy fats like avocado and flaxseed. But again, like, it's easy to have a really low protein meal and a super high carb meal. So like I said, the worst thing you can do is no balance, high sugar, and then relying on like artificially flavored foods. All of those artificial sweeteners, just get them out of your diet.
Oh, yeah.
They're,
Well, so
in
what do
my
you
opinion, one of
use
the
for
worst.
a sweetener? Like if you're drinking coffee or iced tea, what do you use for?
I like sugar in the raw. It's clean. They have it at every coffee shop. I also like coconut sugar. They're just good sources of sugar, right? They're natural. And also, you need a little bit. I mean, you don't have to go overboard. But, I mean, for me, I can't drink black coffee. I have to do things that make me feel good. So, like, if I have a
that's good.
client that says, you know what, I drink too much coffee, I should quit, I'd say that, you know what, coffee is not your problem. You're not losing weight because you drink coffee. There's a lot of other stuff happening. We've got imbalance. I'm coming home from work, I'm starving, I'm eating my kids' food, I'm, going out and drinking too much. There are other real things happening in your diet. And so those are the things I like to highlight with my clients when I work with them one-on-one. Let's look at the big picture. Where can you make the most impact, right? We don't have to give your eating lifestyle a complete makeover. Find the places where and I help you, do that. Is where are the imbalances? And as a result of that, how is it affecting your body, your energy, and in most cases, your ability or inability to lose weight? So it's the big picture. I want women to just free themselves of the guilt. And I often tell them, the guilt you feel weighs more than the pound you might have gained, right? It's this feeling of, I didn't do well, I messed up, I've got to start over. That's a lot of guilt. That's a lot for your brain and body to take in. To just let go.
Makes you depressed, right?
It's very depressing.
I know.
Like, why would you add that to yourself? And it's not, I can say it because I practice this approach and I know what works for me and I feel confident about what I'm doing. But if you're coming from a place of like diet after diet and you're defeated and everything, like, it's important to let go of that, and it takes time, but it's not unrealistic. Like, your mind is so powerful.
Yeah. So what is a great one day consist of? I want to do that every day.
Oh, this is so fun. Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. So in the morning, you could do something like.
Wait, I'm a yogurt person, but I'm a yogurt person. Can you help me? Like, I'm a yogurt.
Let's do with yogurt.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of women.
So I encourage people. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of women are eating yogurt in the morning. But what can you mix? Because you can't just eat yogurt.
Right, you need to balance it out. So you count your yogurt as your protein. I encourage people to use Greek yogurt. It's lower in sugar, high in protein. And then you pair it up. You can pick the fat and the carb that you want. You could do granola, right? Walnuts with some fresh berries or blueberries and almonds. You can do a little scoop of peanut butter in there, and that would be like a nice thick blend, and have That would be your fat, and then maybe you'd have some fruit on the side. Just again, look at the yogurt and make it your protein, and then you could even like make a smoothie with the yogurt. Just combine all the ingredients and blend it. I mean, there's just it's such a simple food to enjoy.
Okay.
To start there, again, protein, carb, and fat.
Okay.
And then mid-morning, you could do something like a little bit of beef jerky and dried fruit and a few almonds. You could do some crackers and hummus with some vegetables. I would always try to encourage clients to sneak vegetables in whenever they can. We typically wait for later in the day at dinner time to have some vegetables.
Yeah.
Lunch could be a brown rice bowl with black beans as your protein. The rice could be your carb with guac and pico de gallo, maybe a ton of cabbage in there. You have to watch your portions. So it's easy. A 1-1-1, you stick with one. One serving of rice is 1 cup. You know, a serving of peanut butter is 1 tablespoon. So it kind of like is easy. You kind of just, okay, that's very simple.
That's it.
And then a snack mid-afternoon could be something like, depending, if you want something sweet, you'd have some dark chocolate chips with, again, some dried fruit and maybe some beef jerky. You know, it's a really just a fun way to combine
But
flavors
isn't the
and
beef
textures.
jerky have a lot of sodium? Normally they have.
There are a lot of new brands that have a lower sodium level.
Okay.
They're all natural, like non-GMO, nitrate-free. You just have to, read the label. That's another thing. Read the labels. You want to be able to pronounce what you're eating on the ingredient label. If you see chemicals, just put it down. There's bound to be another product, close to it in the aisles at the grocery store. And then dinner could be anything, protein and vegetables. You can have kebab with tabbouleh. You can have salmon with roasted vegetables. You can have chicken with potatoes if you want. So some nights you could have a carb. It could be potatoes. Other nights can be a glass of wine. If you feel like having a little chocolate, dark chocolate after dinner, make that your carb. It's just very flexible. You're just this woman that like knows how to eat, and it's really empowering. And you're not like sitting at
least
dinner,
you're eating, right?
At a business meeting. Yeah, like you're just happy.
Yeah, you're just happy. Oh my God! Wait, can I ask you? Like, okay, so because I've been searching for food, what are the foods good for vitamin A, vitamin B? So it's very, very interesting that I found cereals. In one of those. What is your take about that cereals? They said that cereals that are fortified cereals are actually good for you because it gives you a lot of folic acid, vitamin D, vitamin K, whatever. Is that real?
Well, okay, so cereals are fortified. There were some, it happened like, I don't know, over 25, 30 years
because
ago.
for women
they fortified it
children,
because that was a food that they were encouraging people to eat for breakfast, but they found that they could fortify it, and then like populations weren't getting, they were getting what they needed, vitamin A, vitamin D. So that's fortified, but like cereal is not bad for you, but again, you need to have that fat with it. So if you have cereal with milk, that's great. Top it with some walnuts, you're a little more stable. Just a big bowl of cereal just doesn't keep you satisfied. So yes, some of them are, all of them are fortified, right? So, I wouldn't rely on it for, I wouldn't replace my cereal with eggs,
I asked this for kids, because some of them, they're just tired of eating the same eggs and then bacon, turkey bacon, and then bread and peanut butter. So I'm like, I was looking for, I'm searching this thing for my daughter, and I'm like, maybe you should eat cereal. But cereal is carbs, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. I showed it to her. It's good. It's good for you. It's as long as it's fortified. So I bought
there are great options up there. Look for cereals that have at least 3 grams of fiber in them. Look for a sugar count, maybe I don't know, under 12 grams of sugar max. That's even on the higher end. But again, pair it up. Put you could do milk. In fact, you could do like a pea protein milk, so it's like a vegan vegetarian milk, and then that would be your protein, the cereal, and then had some almonds on top or even on the side. Of course, variety is really important for everyone, and the healthier you are, the more likely your kids are going to eat healthy too.
Wait, I have a Twitter question. I don't know if you can answer me this. What is a good 1-1-1 after sex snack?
Okay, so you could do fruit.
You lost a
and
lot of
dark
calorie when you
chocolate.
have sex.
Yeah, you could do fruit, like raspberries and dark chocolate, and you could do like a snack type of thing with some Greek yogurt, or like, that would
Good.
be nice and light, or just like fruit and dark chocolate. It's simple and easy,
That's
tons
good.
of
See?
antioxidants. It's a good snack.
Yeah, it's a good snack. Instead of like after sex, you go down and you go to your kitchen and you're like, okay, I need pizza. I need this. No, you can have yogurt. You can have.
No.
Yeah. No, that's not enough. Yeah, you didn't burn that much of a calorie, right?
And it's not even about burning or not burning. It's more about like what's a nice, what's a nice food to have right now. It's all about, just like good for you foods, instead of foods that you might go to sleep and feel uncomfortable in the morning. You want to wake up feeling good, just like you had a great night. You want to wake up and feel good.
Yeah, that's true. So I want to ask you this. What do you think is the biggest mistake people make when it comes to how they approach food and nutrition?
Well, yeah, I kind of touched on that. It's this belief that they have to be perfect, or
Okay,
the belief
yeah.
that if they don't do, what's trending right now, they're not going to
I
be,
know this
they're
whole
not going to see the
trend.
results
Oh my
they want.
gosh, right? This whole trend that people just follow them. Like, oh, this is the
It's
big thing right
insane.
now. It's insane. Oh my gosh. How do you remember when kale just came out and everyone was just like, oh my God, I need kale, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, I have a
It was
question.
always out, but nobody bought it. And
Yeah.
then it became this sensation. They've got it written on T-shirts and sweatshirts, and people have been eating it for hundreds of years. It's like,
I
why?
know.
Why now?
Wait,
It's
I have
because somebody
an important
decided.
Wait, I have an important question. What is the difference between soy and almond milk?
Okay, that's a good question. So
Yeah, because
they're
before
both
it was
from,
all about soy milk, and then
soy's
all
a
of a sudden
legume,
almond milk came out.
and then almond is a nut. So they're both vegetarian, vegan sources. This is another thing, and this is a personal thing. I in my practice don't recommend that my clients consume soy-based products, because there's so many other options out there that are vegan, where you can get your protein, like pea protein milks, or protein powders, or what have you. The biggest difference, if you're making it, or if you're not, almond milk doesn't have that much protein. So people who are using it as a dairy substitute, it's kind of an error on your part, because it has maybe 1 to 2 grams in an 8-ounce serving. It's not really going to give you what you need in terms of protein.
Yeah.
As a dairy alternative, it's good for smoothies. It's a nice liquid base for a smoothie. Soy products, soy milk. The biggest thing with soy is that it's highly genetically modified, and so you add that to the molecular structure of soy. It's similar to estrogen. You're just kind of getting into this messy situation of, hormones and things like that. So I really just like to say, let's get rid of the soy and let's get rid of the artificial sweeteners, and just move forward with whole foods, and just approach the 1-1-1 and build your meals and stabilize your blood sugar, and you're just in a better position.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Raniah. And don't forget the
You're
1-1-1 diet with Raniah. Okay, my advice, dealing with something like anxiety can make you feel stuck, like you don't know, or even why you should be moving forward. So if I were you, I don't want to advise you to stop supplements, because I'm not a doctor. Do what you think is right for you, but if you think something is not right happening to you, stop what you're taking and go with just, doing like a simple food diet. Just eat the right food. 1-1-1. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. And tip of the day, I've been obsessed with the whole celery juice. I don't know why, but I'm really obsessed with it, and I take it every single day, 30 minutes before you eat your breakfast. Thank you so much, Raniah. And give love to the next person that you see after watching the show. Thank you so much. Bye, Raniah.
You're listening to Polished Woman, only on LA Talk.